Hello everyone, this is Healthy Options with Maureen. Today we have some coconut rice, the Nigerian coconut rice to be precise. But I'll be making it my own way, in my own style. The good thing about coconut rice is that if you're a lover of coconut, you're sure to enjoy this because the flavor of coconut just busts through the whole meal. Come with me as we make this. I know for sure you will like it. Please, if you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe by clicking at the red button towards the end of the video. Thank you. So for our coconut rice, we'll be needing some basmati rice, some chicken stock, we have some onions, we have some coconut of course, we have some crayfish, we have some sea salt, some bay leaves, some scotch bonnet peppers, some curry powder, some dried thyme, some garlic already grated, green peppers, carrot, some dried shrimp, some coconut oil, and last but not the least, we need some water. So the first thing we'll be doing is to blend the coconut and the crayfish. I usually prefer to blend the coconut and the crayfish together, and then I will sieve it because I want the scent of the crayfish but not the crayfish flesh itself. So usually I will blend the coconut and the crayfish together with some water in my blender. Then I will sieve it with a muslin cloth or a cheesecloth. So into my blender goes some water. And then I'll be adding on the coconut and the crayfish. So we have everything in the blender. You make sure you have enough water to blend your coconut, because the last thing you need is your coconut ruining the blender. So I'm going to top it with a little more water just so that it barely covers the coconut. Then I'll start blending. So that's what we are looking for. Covering my blender now. I'm going to start blending. So we've been able to reduce it to the size we want. I'll be sieving out the milk now with a muslin cloth. So as you can see, we have the colander and we have a bowl, and over the colander we have our muslin cloth. So I'm going to be pouring the coconut now into the muslin cloth. In goes the coconut. Gather these up. I'm going to start squeezing out the milk. Just as simple as that. That's the goodness of the coconut rice right there. That's what gives it the coconut flavor when you're having your coconut rice. So we have our milk, as you can see in the bowl. That's the coconut milk blended with the crayfish, and we've already sieved it out. Now we'll proceed. So we have our coconut milk ready. The next step is to soak the dry shrimp in the chicken stock. So I just turned it into the chicken stock right now. We are not blending that, we just want it to soften. So we'll just let it soak in the chicken stock and we will throw it into our food when we need it. So while the dry shrimp is soaking in the chicken stock, I'm going to rinse off the basmati rice so that we can proceed cooking. So as you can see, I just rinsed off the rice under running water to be able to get rid of some extra starch, and now we will proceed cooking. We have a pot placed on the stove top. The first thing that goes into the pot is the coconut oil. The coconut oil goes in, and immediately the coconut oil goes in, we pour our onions in. So the bay leaves go in, and stir. So I'm going to let this stay for some time, and once it starts getting slightly brown, I will tell you what next to do. So once the onions begin to color a bit, as you can see, the next thing that will be going in will be some salt. We add on some salt. Then the curry powder goes in. The thyme goes in. Now I'll be adding about half of the grated garlic that we already have. I'm going to stir now. Now let this cook for about a minute. Now I'm cooking under low heat. I've reduced my heat, so I'm cooking under low heat. I'll let this cook for about a minute while I stir. So after about a minute, the next thing that will be going in will be the basmati rice. Of course, remember we already rinsed it out. And we're going to keep stirring. I just increased the heat to medium heat now, and I'm going to stir for about a minute or so. And once you notice it's boiling at the base, you turn down your heat again and you keep stirring. So after about a minute of stirring, the next thing that will be going in will be your chicken stock with the dry shrimps in. So you pour that in. Your coconut milk. Remember we have our crayfish blended into this and sieved. So the coconut milk goes in. You stir. Taste for seasoning. Needs a bit of salt, so I'll be adding on just a pinch of salt. I'm going to add on some salt. And of course we have our scotch bonnet pepper slit in two. As you can see, we want the aroma but not the heat, and that's why we are doing this. So I'm throwing this into the rice, and I'm going to cover it with more water because as it is now, the coconut milk, the quantity of the coconut milk will not cook the rice. So I'll add on some more water into the rice. So I'm going to be rinsing off the bowl that contains the coconut milk with some water, and I will add it into the rice. I'm going to cover now. I will let it boil. Once it boils, I will turn down the heat. Then I will allow it cook gently. Then after that, I will show you what to do with the next ingredients as time proceeds. So after about 30 minutes, as you can notice, the water is almost dried up. There is still a little bit of water on the surface here. So I'll be adding on my carrots now. The carrots go in. Just sprinkle it on the surface. So I'll cover this and let it sit for about a minute or so. And I will come back and add the green peppers and the remaining garlic that we had. So I'm going to cover this and let it sit for a few minutes. So the next thing that goes in will be your green peppers. I'm going to sprinkle some green peppers on the surface. That is after about a minute that we added on the carrots, the green peppers go in. And last but not the least, the remaining grated garlic. We used about half when we were stir frying the onions, and now we'll be using the other half. So that goes in as well. Just a tiny knob, and we'll be stirring everything together to combine. We'll cook for a further 1 minute, then we'll serve. So that's what it looks like at this stage. I'll cover this for about a minute. Then I will let the green pepper steam for some time, then we will serve. So this is exactly how I will serve my coconut rice, with some coleslaw as a side, and of course some grilled chicken. I hope you give this recipe a go and let us know what your take is on it. Please, if you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the red button at the end of the video. Thank you.